Hello, dear sister. Thank you for being interested in who I am, and I will just try and sum it up really quickly. I have three wonderful boys, but I had two miscarriages before I brought my first son in, and it was the same soul each time, which he even confirmed to me when he was younger, saying why he had to leave and then come back. So it was when I had my first miscarriage that pre-birth communication really started kicking in. I've always been intuitive, always knowing to listen to my own voice, but when I had this yearning for this baby, that's when I started hearing another voice, and different guidance. And through this pre-birth communication, he told me what his name was, he told me what he would look like, he told me what his personality would be like, he told me how we should give birth. And so because I listened to that and followed it so closely, the pre-birth communication with my other children just became stronger and stronger. So I like to connect women with their spirit babies so they can experience the same sort of thing. What else can I tell you? We unschool our children, meaning that we homeschool, but we haven't brought school home. We're more about following our own intuition, our own passions, our own hearts. And that's a lot of what you'll see in the higher dimensional parenting section here. And has it always been easy? I mean, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, this is the most beautiful life and we've had it all figured out the whole time. Absolutely not have I had it figured out the whole time. Absolutely not. It can be really tricky, frustrating, and scary to listen to your heart, especially when it's telling you things that society isn't telling you. I had 3 unassisted home births, and that prepared me to really listen to my inner voice rather than what outside sources would be telling me to be fearful and that you need this and you need that. Our inner voice can tell us so much. The higher voice that we have there meshed with our own divinity, our own source, can really, really guide us. And that's what this whole website is about, following your intuition, listening to your baby, listening to source when it comes to bringing the baby in, when it comes to being pregnant and birthing, and when it comes to raising these amazing high vibrational children. Along the way, there's always upgrades. So you're on a spiritual journey, and I share with you my spiritual journey here on my website. There's always expansions and contractions, even as we are stepping into our limitlessness, where we're stepping away from fears and doubts and limitations and negativity. There's a purification process. It can be really, really tricky. So I want to keep it real here. I talk about the limitlessness, but then we also honor how it can be so difficult to get there, how to shed the old. But it's always so worth it. So there are upgrades along the way. There are expansions and contractions. I had a huge expansion in December, at the end of December 2017, which brought me into what I call the divine mind. So I would say that my mind melded with the mind of Source, who I like to call the Divine Mother, which is my word for God, Spirit, whatever. All I know, it was a very different way of thinking. I started thinking differently, talking differently, and getting intuitions, and I call them divine directives of where to take this work. So, in the past, pre-2018, I would give, messages and readings and help people on their processes, and I still do that. But now I'm being told by the divine to bring in, along with that, healings, miracles, promises from the Divine Mother. It's more of a time to really step into the impossible. I've been talking about the impossible for so long, and now right here is where it begins. So I'm really excited that you're here, because it means you are ready for life-changing information, and you're ready to leave the old paradigm behind and step into a new world with your baby. I love you. Thanks for coming.